What do I mean by a secular state and its religion? The state, the acts of the state, the motivation of the state is explained in religious terms, as if the state was a religious person who says, I am doing this or I am doing that because my faith dictates me to do that. And indeed, the particular religion that dictates the state to do what it is doing now is the religion of egalitarianism, which explains and motivates and colors many of the actions of the state. It makes ordinary, practical, opportunistic actions look like acts of religious faith, as if the state were doing what it is doing because it is its moral duty to do it. Because there's always a majority of people who have no interest in limited government, who have interest in expanding government. And in a system where collective decisions are taken by vote and not by influence or heredity or prior precedent or whatever else, but the decisions are taken by vote, which is the case in democracy, the majority wins. It is the majority interest for the state to expand, because by that wealth is transferred from the richer to the poorer, and the poorer are in the majority. And that's why limited government is extremely difficult to achieve. If there is no private property, decisions are taken by decisions are always taken, but if they're not taken by the proprietor, or there's no proprietor, then you have what is called an agency problem, that the decision will be taken not in the interest of those immediately concerned, but in the interest of the agent himself. In other words, if you had an economic system where everything was owned by the collectivity in a collective name, like the state or the republic, there would still have to be appointed people who take all the decisions that today are taken by proprietors or their immediate representatives. So these people who are now charged with taking the decisions, so much cheese should be produced tomorrow out of so much milk, and the price should be such and such, etc., etc. There are about 100 billion decisions to be taken. And these people, can't possibly have all the necessary information, the information that widely spread proprietors have in regard to their immediate realm of action, so they don't have the information, and they have no particular interest why more or less cheese should be produced. And their interest is somehow to get the cheese for themselves. That is the agency problem. They are the agents of a collectivity that cannot control them, because there's no means of control. That's why a system of private property is so much safer in terms of corruption, for instance, in terms of stupid white elephant investments, and all that sort of problem which arises when decisions are taken by remote agents. No. I think the simple answer is no. There is nothing inherently wrong. Inequality is a target of all kinds of interests and all kinds of passions, and that doesn't make it wrong. It simply makes it highly controversial. But objectively, there is no superiority in any sense, morally, practically, between equality and inequality. They have equal rank, and you can only judge, if you have to judge between them, on a case-by-case basis, on what is called on the merits. In this particular situation, inequality is best, or equality is best. There is, if I may just continue, there is the very compact and very brief summary of this, which I concocted once, where I said there is equal poverty and unequal affluence.